good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Mine was pretty awesome, except for one little thing, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Breath of the Wild. The ending. It really sucked. I mean, it was an epic fail. It was atrocious. Do I have any more superlatives I could throw on this? It was disgusting. It was a real letdown. Crash and burn. We had this game building and building and building. Independence, doing all this fun stuff. Going to be a lot of fun. Real challenge. Even though you found 80 spirit orbs and 50 Korok seeds and all this stuff, you're still having a hard time fighting these big bad bosses and found all these awesome items, and you're still kind of struggling a little bit in this place and this and that and the other. And finally, I got all four of the, spoiler alert, I got all four of the Divine Beasts. I got the Master Sword. I didn't get all the memories, but I got a lot of them. And then about almost 80 of the shrines, and a bunch of, really sharp, really cool, powerful items and weapons and whatnot. And went in the Hyrule Castle. Now, the first time I'd gone into Hyrule Castle, I thought this was kind of cool. It was raining. And it was weird because it wasn't raining when I was in town, but it started raining as soon as I went in the castle. So I was trying to climb up stuff and I just couldn't. And I thought, oh, this is cool. They're using the rain as a tactic, right? The rain is going to prevent you from doing any serious climbing and cheating through Hyrule Castle. You're going to have to go through the castle. Okay. So, I thought that was cool. Then I got caught in the first gatehouse and just utterly got decimated. So I backed out and said, well, that's good enough for now. Let's come back after we get all the Divine Beasts. So I did. And it's not raining. Okay, so I can just kind of climb. All right, well, there's got to be some other kind of way that they're going to keep me from finishing this really quickly, but there wasn't. I had heard in one of the villages, somebody said to me that there was a great secret item hidden in Hyrule Castle. So I assume it's got to be the Silver Arrow, right? Got to be. So I kind of do as much exploring as I can. I bomb some walls and I find some things. Remarkable. I found Korok children in the, is that what they're called? I don't even remember. In the guys that give you Korok seeds in Hyrule Castle, which I thought was kind of silly. They're just so lighthearted that it just doesn't fit. I would have much rather seen them to be nowhere in Hyrule Castle. But I found a bunch. So that was a little off-putting. And then I found this kind of tower up at the top, and I walked in, and then the end starts. Oh, okay, well, this is the end. And the very first thing that happens is, of course, that Ganon appears, Calamity Ganon. Looks really stupid. Just a big bug that is somewhat kind of like a manticore-looking thing. Really dumb. Kind of, sort of challenging. But not really. I beat him the first time. Also, the only thing that the Divine Beasts do is take away half his health. Well, how is that helpful? I mean, you figure out his pattern, you can get him anyway. That didn't help at all. Okay, so Form 1 was pretty dumb. Yeah, okay. I love the ending of Twilight Princess, but Form 2 is dumb. So I'm not worried about one form not being perfect. So the second form. I'm instantly transported outside the castle. Oh, well, great. That's helpful. Thanks. What's the point of this? This whole point of this game is exploration. Now, instantly, I'm transported outside the castle. I'm in this big field. I don't recognize this field. Maybe it was there. It's not important. Humongous monster. And then I got Zelda talking in my ear, saying, oh, you didn't get all the memories. Oh, that's all right. You're fine anyway. Don't worry about it. Here, take this. You didn't find the item yourself, so here, take this bow. Okay, right. Here's your horse. No idea why this horse is here. It wasn't even the horse that I liked. It was the horse that I caught most recently. It wasn't the one I liked. It was just a horse. And then go shoot this guy with these arrows, in the spots that appear. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That was easy. Now what? Shoot him one more time. Boom. Game over. Oh, do you remember me? Credits. What was that? So, I don't want to just complain. But really, I mean, the forms were stupid. The ending was abrupt. And then, we've always wanted to be able to save after the game was done and then go back and explore the world that we just saved. It's what we've wanted since Ocarina of Time. And I don't think we've ever gotten it. That's what we want. That's what you should have thrown in there. And this would have been the perfect time to do it. You know, you could have come back and said, oh, Link, you don't remember me, but your memories are out there. Let's get them back. I'll help you. Link, there are still more shrines. If we can get all the shrines together, I'm sure that we can use the power of the spirit orbs to rebuild Hyrule Castle. Go to the forest, put the sword back. There are still children out there. I still need more seeds. Go get them all. And then have somebody, you know, grand party when you get all the seeds and all the shrines and all the memories and all that jazz. That would have been cool. How about Ganon? What could have been better? Well, I had a couple ideas. Maybe it'd be kind of cool if you could be fighting the actual entity of Ganon. Like, what I'm talking about here is Calamity Ganon and Zelda have been struggling, battling with each other for 100 years now, right? So what if you go in this room and you see them fighting and somehow you break through and you get Zelda's attention and you get Calamity Ganon's attention and you, I don't know, through some series of events, he kind of grabs you and sucks you in. And now he's trying to destroy you because he knows if he can destroy you, he's got it. He's got it made. He distracts Zelda, grabs you, Zelda comes to try and save you, and you're drawn into his brain. So now you're fighting the essence of Calamity Ganon inside Ganon's brain with just you and the Master Sword. Real honest to goodness sword fight. And you're doing it the whole time, and you're seeing what the physical entity of Calamity Ganon is seeing, and he's attacking Zelda. So you gotta maybe coordinate your attacks. Zelda attacks the physical entity, and you attack the mental spirit. Break that down. Now, what about the Divine Beasts? What could the Divine Beasts have done that is cooler than just taking half their health away? Well, definitely they should have been helping you get through Hyrule Castle. There should have been things where you have to go through those gatehouses and you have to fight two Lionels at the same time. The Divine Beasts could have busted down the doors so you could have escaped without having to actually fight, the Lionels. They could have also exposed Calamity Ganon's weaknesses rather than just taking his health away. What if he had some kind of shield that you would have had to have knocked out some way? That would have been cool. But regardless, whatever happens in the first form, I think the first form should always be a bit simpler. Look at Ocarina of Time. The first form of Ganondorf was just Ganondorf. Now, I didn't like that because I thought it would have been cooler if Ganondorf was like a sword fight. One of my favorite things in Ocarina of Time was Fingos. Love the sword fighting, you know, circling around, shielding. I thought that would have been really cool. But even still, a nice simple form, and then, you know, you take down a simple form, and that's when they go, well, all right, you're tougher than I thought. I'm going to have to pull out the big guns. Kind of like when Rita Repulsa would shoot her little spear down from the moon into Earth going, grow, grow! You know what I'm talking about. But ultimately, it comes down to that last form. That last form was disgusting. It totally did not use any of the elements of the game itself. It just, hey, by the way, here's one last thing you have to do, and it's really easy, and it looks kind of, sort of, maybe cool from an outside perspective, but if you really know this game, it looks stupid. Very first thing you see when you look at Hyrule Castle is that spirit of Ganon, the pig-faced thing flying around. What if, after you destroy the corporeal form of Calamity Ganon, what if in that first form, Calamity Ganon wins and he busts out? Now, you might, like, grab some kind of piece of him. Maybe mentally you're able to keep that part of him from actually gaining form, but you say something to the effect, Zelda could say something to the effect of, we've destroyed this part of it, but it will revive when the blood moon comes. We must get rid of him now. So now you've got, like those three dragons, you've got this Calamity Ganon flying around the world, and you can see him from anywhere. So the first thing Zelda says is, quick, let's go to the top of this tower and let's see if we can find him. Then you can have the Divine Beasts saying, I see him, he's over by Lon Lon Ranch, he's over by Kakariko Village, right? And so then you can do, your job, right, is to go out there and use your powers to attack him, to make him fly towards the Divine Beasts. The Divine Beasts can shoot him down. Divine Beasts shoot him down, falls on the ground. Now that the Divine Beasts have shot him down, you can jump on there, Master Sword, got to stab him in the weak spots, right? Wouldn't that have been better? So then you do that, and then boom, however many times you got to get him, you know, make it a challenge. It's got to be tough. Make it a challenge. It's difficult. Have to do it before the next blood moon. And then go into the ending that we discussed, where it could be as simple as, do you remember me? Great, we can rebuild Hyrule Castle. Great, And then get you can now, you didn't get all the shrines, you didn't get all the Korok seeds, you didn't get all the memories, you get the bad ending. But now you have an opportunity. Go through and get all the shrines, you get that part of the ending. There's the good ending. And then you go through and you get all the seeds, you get all the other thing, memories, and now you have the good ending complete. And now world is yours to explore and get all those last nooks and crannies and whatnot. And what'd be really cool is you rebuild Hyrule Castle, and inside it is like the Hall of Heroes, where you can put all your weapons that you got, all those secret weapons that were really cool. Maybe rebuild the Colosseum, and then you can have fights. See how you go, like the dungeon of I can't remember, a Dungeon of Sorrows or something. The one in Gerudo Valley or desert in Twilight Princess. You can have the Colosseum rebuilt so that you can go in there and fight the monsters that come in, try and get to the end of that. There's so many different things you could have done. But ultimately, here's my hope. Knocking on wood here. I'm hoping that they use this engine and they build a second game. And I think the second game could be every bit as good as this one, with a good ending. The one thing I would like to see in the second game is real honest-to-goodness dungeons. I mean, the shrines were fun. Oh, here's a quick little puzzle, but it takes you 5 seconds to solve. It's not a real challenge. And then even the divine beasts, like, you knew exactly what you need to do. The puzzles were just, all right, let's just somehow get to these 5 things, and then once we've gotten to them, we get back to the middle. And that was it's just too easy. There's no challenge to that whatsoever. So after seeing that, I was so incredibly disappointed. I would recommend Bit Brigade. We watched the original Legend of Zelda played by Bit Brigade. That was awesome. That kind of washed some of the crap out of my brain from that awful, awful experience. And then I started replaying Ocarina of Time. Now, I had already started it, and I'd gotten to the forest, gotten through the forest temple. So I've got that. I got four temples left to go, and I'll be done with that, and that's going to be cool. I'm going through the water temple right now, and it's bad, but it's not nearly as bad as I remember. But I'm not done yet. I still have to get the key in the map. So I don't know about that one. But in any event, the game leading up to that last bit was really good. I really, really liked it. But boy, that ending just fell flat on its face. Just crash and burn. It was almost as if they spent all this time making this game thinking, well, we can make the ending, don't worry about that. And then they just said, oh, oops. Hey, throw something together quick, will you, Ralph? We got to release this game. And then I saw a poll online that said, was this ending good or bad? And it was over 80% said bad. A heartbreak. It was really a heartbreak. So, anyway, what was your favorite ending to a Zelda game? Let me know. I'm intrigued by that. I want to hear about it. And if you say Breath of the Wild, you're going to make me laugh.